Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the May 20th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a Little Time for Myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I will take a moment and look this over. The question is, what tools can I use to help me listen with love instead of judgment? And the passage is about a person expressing their nervousness about listening to other people's fifth steps. They worried that they could not be objective or might be judgmental. Then the person realized that it wasn't their fifth step, it was these other people's, and that this person's only role was to listen. So this person asked their higher power to help them just to be present and listen with compassion and understanding. Today's reminder, we ask our higher power for help so that we can listen and help others to live happier and more serene lives. The quote is from Discovering Choices, Recovery and Relationships. We provide a safe environment for healing, both for those who speak as well for those who listen. What tools can I use to help me listen with love instead of judgment? I think that to pray for guidance, to think of the Al-Anon slogans, easy does it, to think about the concept of humility, to think about live and let live. I've said this before, but sometimes I envision the person that I have some kind of judgmental thought about. Sometimes I picture them as a baby in their parents' arms, and how much, like their parents looking down at them and holding them and just loving them so unconditionally and so wholly. And that kind of reminds me that we were all just innocent little babies, and like we're all just trying our best. And the other thing is, I feel so much better when I'm not judging someone. I feel so much better when I'm thinking loving thoughts, when I'm being understanding, when I'm being compassionate. And I also find that when I extend those things to people that I'm interacting with, I also end up giving myself those same things. So every time I'm gentle with someone else, it makes it easier to be gentle with myself. Which, in my opinion, is a very, very, very good thing. Moving right along. Oh, I just noticed that today is my cousin Joyce's birthday. So nice. All right, I have a tab on this page and there is a highlighted sentence. All right, I'm gonna look this over. All right. This is about obsessive thoughts and choosing what I think about. It starts off by saying that obsessive thinking can be too much to handle. The best thing seems to be to not even begin, because once it begins, it's harder to stop. If we are aware, we may notice that there's a point where we can make a choice. I can opt in to think about something, or I can, right from the beginning, realize that it's not going to be productive and I can ask for my higher power's help. I can reach out to another Al-Anon member. This keeps ideas from getting locked inside my head. I have a choice to not invite obsessive thinking. If I don't start, then I don't have to stop. I really like that. That's not the sentence that I highlighted, though. All right, today's reminder. I can pay attention to my thinking. If I find that there's something I can't think about without overdoing it, then I need to take it easy with that. I will always have the support of the Al-Anon program, my friends, and my higher power to try to reason things out. The part that I highlighted said, and if it's none of my business, I won't even entertain it at all. And this quote is very interesting. I really like it. I don't know how to pronounce this, though. That's who it's from. Sang, San. Sang, San. Don't know. It basically says, of course you're confused. You're working on your mind with your mind. So what do you expect? This is a great reminder for me because I am getting better. The progress is slow at times. that uh, that sometimes I let myself think about things that lead me down kind of a rabbit hole. And I know I have a choice. I know I don't have to go there. And I definitely feel like I'm going down rabbit holes a lot less often. But I love this page because it reminds me to keep my work going and to not get stuck in those in obsessive thinking patterns. Yeah, it's one of the areas where I'm presently doing, I feel like, a lot of work, is because it's one of the few things that I can control is what I think about and how I think about it. So it's very empowering to when I realize that something is not productive and is not going to be helpful, and then I think about something else. That's a really, really good good uh, way for me to feel happier and to just feel a lot more serene and calm. We'll close out with the serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.